Alright guys, I'm giving you one controversial one. So, this could feel very familiar because we just did this, right? So, I'm coming from the outside in, break his posture down by drawing my knees to my armpits, drawing my heels in, and cupping the back of his head. I lace through and I get that entangled arm position, right? I'm going to start to pressure him over on this side like I'm trying to sweep him over. That's going to commit his hand to the ground. I pull my leg out and I start to establish this position, right? Now, I start to let go of this. I go for whatever else. Maybe I'm trying to maybe set that up. Maybe I've let go entirely. I'm completely content to do this position. And he's trying to bring this arm back. Maybe he's trying to bring this one in and he's not able to. And so maybe he's going to start trying to go hand first to start breaking that up, which is not necessarily the worst thing in the world. So I'm going to lace my arm through. For this one, I tend to like to go outside in, right? I think I've seen it taught inside out, but whatever. And so I go over, I kick my leg over the top. Sometimes I'm loose with that and he kicks it over anyway. So I could be here, right? And he starts to pass his leg over, and as he's doing that, I push this in and lace through, and then I pinch. So as you remember, this is kind of that broad applaud position, right? So where I hip out and I create that shoulder lock, right? But maybe he's continuing to drive into me, right? Maybe he's doing something that's going to prevent me from getting the angle that I need to. Maybe I can't get this arm underneath. So what I can do, and I like to go outside in because I feel like that's more available, and then I can just triangle my legs and I can start to squeeze in and pressure in, and this goes into a bicep slicer. And this is the one I think is a lot more common for people to actually get their arms broken in. So remember that when we do a bicep slicer or a calf slicer or anything like that, what we're doing, again, this is as far as I go. You put a little piece in there, you can see I can't go nearly as far. And now I'm going to use my leverage, my weight, my pressure to make that go further than what is safe, right? And that's going to give you that kind of immediate crush of the bicep, which is going to be very painful, and usually people are going to tap from that, hopefully. If they don't, what's going to happen is that your radius and ulna might snap, or the ligaments in here and the tendons are no longer going to hold this into one piece, and your elbow's going to pop apart. So, exciting. That is kind of what we're going for with that bicep slice. So, I have my position. I go, I'm doing the same thing on both sides, just for demonstration here, right? I go and I break up. I keep my hands close to my knees. I hook the back of the head and I lace my other arm underneath and I pinch my elbow in. Once I've got that, I'm going to flick my arm to the other side and I'm going to get this key lock grip on the shoulder, right? So from here, I start to get heavy here, right? So that he has to post on that or else he's going to face plant. So I'm really trying to drive him down. I back my leg out, use my knee if I have to, and then I come up and I get this triangle position. Remember, triangles are always a position. They are not a submission at this stage. So treat it as a position and maintain that, right? So from here, he might be posturing up or whatever. I might start to pull down to his head to try to keep him. I try to draw my knees and try to keep him broken down because I don't want him to start to build up. So he takes this guy and he posts on my hip. So I'm going to thread my hand through the loop and I might push his wrist all the way in, right? I want his hand in my crotch. And then from here, I get loose here and I pass over the top. Now, the order of events, remember, may not actually be in that order, right? So he might be here and he might be trying to pass this arm over this leg over the top. And remember, that's not the end of the world. If he does that, and he still has his hand over here to the side, or maybe I've pushed over the side, I can just switch into that omoplata, right? But from here, maybe I push that arm in, right? And then I get that kind of key lock grip. So you can see, this is what I've got there, right? So from here, I'm going to triangle my legs. So I was here, boots on, heels down. Now I'm going to triangle my legs, and then I crunch in, and that's going to create that bicep slicer, all right? I'm kind of feeling like I might have that a little wrong, but I don't think I do. And if he starts defending this in some way, like maybe he's building his posture up and coming in or driving in or something like that, I might still be able to just let go and go into the parietal plana. So they're both there. They're both kind of connected there. So figure out which one that you want to use. All right. So there is your bicep slicer from the guard and specifically that entangled arm position.